This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for August 20th, 2024. It's currently June 26, 2024, 9:27 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is $545.51. That's USD. The shuffle video for the August 20th reading was created on June 19th, 2024 at 1:22 p.m. Eastern Time. That's over 2 months in advance, my friends. And that's the video playing for you in the lower left corner. The overall theming behavior for the 20th, we have a period of sideways rotation. Sometimes the Prince of Discs ends up being like bullish at the end, but it's a period of sideways rotation along key support on a multi-day scale. Behavior around the high side, we have a sideways fluctuating decline out of the high that precedes a rally. Usually the Empress card in the high correlator position indicates that we'll see the high more than once. Behavior around the lowest low, we have a period of sideways rotation that ends with a fast sudden move higher, and I'm advised to trade around a U-shaped dip that forms near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. And guys, if you want to get this information sooner, check out early access on our website to all this information. It comes out roughly like a month ahead of where it comes out on the public YouTube, allowing for extra planning ability. It's really the only kind of analysis that you can do planning ahead with. But with that said, you can do that so here at our services, SO Meta Posts, early access to a post, click here to subscribe. We're running roughly a 98% average accuracy day after day after day, predicting the chart behavior by the hour with highs and lows throughout the day. We've been doing it for years. Just scroll back. 98% average accuracy. $29 a month, $249 for the year gets you access to all of our public posts on YouTube way ahead of when they come out on YouTube, allowing you to plan ahead. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Great way to support the channel. Much appreciation. In the pre-market, we have a resistance level on a multi-day scale that's highlighted, and it's important because we decline from it and then return back to it in the not too distant future. Usually it makes the Princess of Discs makes for a good trade opportunity because you can use that resistance level price level that we fall from. You can use that when you buy a long position in the midst of that decline. You can use that price level of the resistance as the exit for when we return back to it. And it looks like we've got a peak probably in the pre-market or at the open, which we decline. We break through resistance, we stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through it shortly thereafter, declining into a low somewhere between the open and looks like there's a pretty big move to the upside in the late morning session, a high in the early afternoon session. This is a little tricky, but we'll get into it. So in the first half hour, the first hour and a half, I should say, there's a low for the day. We decline from either the peak was at the end of the day on the 19th, or it's here at the beginning of the day on the 20th, or both. But we decline from that peak with a U-shaped dip, and then we rally back to it pretty strongly out of the low, bumping along resistance sideways, turning into a big move to the upside, reaching for distant resistance and taking us to a peak around just a little bit before 11 o'clock. And then there's another big move to the upside. There's a little bit of volatility here between 11 and 12, but another really big move to the upside to a high or close, somewhere just before noontime. We have this prominent move higher followed by a full retracement between roughly noon and 1 o'clock. And then we have another pop and drop to a high taking place between roughly 1 and 2. The drop then takes us into a low, another low for the day, and we do sideways rotation near that low, ending with a big move higher and a fast end move higher, taking us into the last hour. Around the close, we have a rally that offers opportunity to close out of a long position and or open up a short position. Man, and this one is really tricky. I think I'm probably going to avoid the trades on this day because it is really tricky. And when we get to the day of August 20th, log on to the lives, maybe on the 19th, check it out, and I'll have some updated information at that point. In the post-market, we have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance, and then the sneak preview for the following day is an overbought crest or peak that we sell off from through multiple support levels. All right, so you could open it at a low here in the early morning. You could open up a long position and close that long position with this big move to the upside that takes place to a high here between roughly 11 and 12. If you miss that opportunity, you can probably close it again you probably have one more opportunity, like somewhere between noon and 1:30. But the rally at the end of the day, I'd want to open up a short position in anticipation of this opportunity to close out of it here in the following day of the 21st. And that's SPY for August 20th, 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.